Good morning, Fellowship of the Clouds. Well, that's what I call the people that watch my channel, Gray Cloudy Day, because I'm Mr. Cloud, Gray Cloud. No, I wasn't given that name at birth, but in 2008, I spent 3 months in the woods by a lake, 4 miles outside of a town in Middle Tennessee, in the coldest part of the winter. And I'd walk every day of the week into town to do a job. And then I'd walk back to my camp. And I had a partner that came out there with me. He left a little early. But in those 3 months, a lot was revealed to me. When I first hit record, I didn't know that all these things about that journey was going to come out. But it appears to me that, anybody that's watched the channel for a while, anybody that's been here for a while, if you remember last year, I did upload 2 different videos, part 1 and 2, and I was discussing how I had originally came to be Gray Cloud, and at that time it was Gray Cloud, the gift-giving scribe. And since then, there's been a change. Last year at some point, the Spirit revealed to me I was no longer the title. I'm still a gift-giving scribe because I still write. I don't write as much as I should, but I am a writer of creative writing. I have several stories in my head and some of the ideas jotted down, and I really wish I could get the motivation. And I really want to work with a team of people, not just me. I want to be able to put these ideas down on paper, present it to the right people, and we collaborate. Because it's like some of it is so big, I see it as, okay, maybe I was gifted the seed of the idea of the story, but I see it to be so multi-level that it would require multiple people on board. Artists, other writers, just any creative. But I don't know why, but I touched base on to tell you a little bit about why I was Gray Cloud, or why I am Gray Cloud, or Mr. Cloud. Like when I was told to go by Sage of the Eternal Moment, at the time, like when I present myself to other people in the public that have not encountered me yet, I like to say, well, I'm Mr. Cloud. Now, a lot of people get it wrong, like at church, and think that Cloud is my last name. No. Gray Cloud was a God-given name, not a man-given name. No man called me Gray Cloud and told me that's what they were going to nickname me. It's not a nickname. But I am dealing with a few people at church know my legal name, which is Jason. And I used to be kind of real bad about, don't cuss me, don't call me by my legal name, blah, 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 blah. And I don't know why they have to. I've told them a few different times throughout about a half a year now. There's only 2 people. Well, now the preacher, just yesterday, he said Jason. But I don't think it's necessary for me to correct anybody. All I can do is maybe try to one day explain to them why I would prefer not to be called by my legal name. Now, not that the legal name is anything bad. Because, just a few weeks ago, I looked up what Jason meant. And I think it was in the Greek. I want to say it was Greek. That Jason is actually a word that means healer. Like somebody that heals. And I think of myself as somewhat of a healer, like spiritually healing, if that makes any sense. That's why I like to share these positive things from books like this, which is what this video is going to be. I wanted to read from this book. And now I'm wondering, should I just make this video, just keep on talking a little bit and just upload that and then do a video for this? But I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to just finish up my thought. And then we're going to get into this because it's a good one. And I hope you'll watch this whole video. And I hope and I pray and I will ask you, hit the thumbs up, please. The more people that hit like for me, for our channel, I'm going to say our channel. It's not just my channel. That's why I say y'all are the fellowship of the clouds. So this is probably a precursor to me getting closer to redoing my story video of my time when I went into those woods and what some of the magical experiences I had. This is not it, because I've done said a few months back, eventually I am going to revisit that story, and then once I get the first video up, I will go back and take the old video down, and then I'll go in parts. And I only had 2 parts to the last time, so I'll do the first part and then the second part, and then when I get those old videos down, I will proceed to continue the story on up into the present moment. Let's get into this, though. Number 53, see the glass is already broken and everything else too. This is a Buddhist teaching that I learned over 20 years ago. It has provided me again and again with greatly needed perspective to guide me toward my goal of a more accepting self. The essence of this teaching is that all of life is in a constant state of change. Everything has a beginning and everything has an end. Every tree begins with a seed and will eventually transform back into the earth. Every rock is formed and every rock will vanish. In our modern world, this means that every car, every machine, every piece of clothing is created, and all will wear out and crumble. It's only a matter of when. Our bodies are born and they'll die. A glass is created and will eventually break. There is peace to be found in this teaching. When you expect something to break, you're not surprised or disappointed when it does. Instead of becoming immobilized when something is destroyed, you feel grateful for the time you have had. The easiest place to start is with the simple things. A glass of water, for example. Pull out your favorite drinking glass, take a moment to look at it and appreciate its beauty and all it does for you. Now imagine that that same glass is already broken, shattered all over the floor. Try to maintain the perspective that in time, everything disintegrates and returns to its initial form. Obviously, no one wants their favorite drinking glass or anything else to be broken. This philosophy is not a prescription for becoming passive or apathetic, but for making peace with the way things are. And when I read this right before I started recording, when I read that line to myself, yes, I thought of the cliche that we always say, it is what it is, because some things are just what they are. Regardless of what I want it to be, it's going to be what it is. Anyway, you know, I believe that. When your drinking glass does break, this philosophy allows you to maintain your perspective. Rather than thinking, oh my God, you'll find yourself thinking, there it goes. Play with this awareness and you'll find yourself not only keeping your cool, but appreciating life as never before. I love that. There it goes. That reminds me of the old saying, when you truly love something, you'll learn to let it go. And I think, what is it? You know, I don't know. I don't know what comes back or what doesn't, but I do know sometimes we have to learn to let things that we hold so dearly, we have to learn to let go of them, because holding on to too much, I mean, it can weigh you down, you know? Some of the happiest times in my life have been when I've had so little physically. I don't have a whole lot right now. Now, I have a lot more than I've had in years. I've lived in this trailer for almost 5 years. I've got clothes. I've got toys. I've got, you know, and I'm blessed. I got to say, I'm in a good mood this morning. I'm glad that I went to church yesterday, and that's going to be a video later today. I planned on doing it yesterday after church, but we had a meal, and then when I got home, I had to clean up the floor from my little dog where she pees a little bit and stuff while I'm gone. And then I had to walk my big dog and I had to feed all the animals. And then I was pretty kind of worn out after I got home, and then had to do a few different things. And then I was like, man, I'm just going to lay down and chill out. I've been watching a show, The Shooter. I'm on the 3rd season, and I think that's the only number of seasons they have right now. I don't know if a 4th is coming, but it's cool. I haven't done that in a long time, which I'm trying to gear up to get out of that process. The past few weeks, I've spent a little too much time like on my phone, watching a lot of like TV shows or YouTube videos, and I don't mind doing that, but I usually try to reserve that to the evening. My routine mainly had been get up, do my first video. Well, before I even did that, I'd be reading from the scripture, which I have not done yet. I've got to do that exactly. After I turn this off and I start uploading, I'll be reading a little bit of scripture and reflecting on, my day ahead of me and my day from yesterday. Thinking about how I want to word things and stuff in the video, about my reflection of what the sermon and how it connected to my video yesterday morning. The sermon yesterday was stay focused. And, I talked about yesterday morning that last week I faltered, I drank a little bit, and I lost focus somewhere before I even picked up a bottle. But we'll talk about that in the other video. I want to try to do that. The precipitation here is just starting. We're supposed to get a little bit of snow, maybe up to an inch by tomorrow, like between now and tomorrow. And then about they said like a 0.15 or 20% of an inch of ice also. I don't know, but I don't drive, so it don't bother me. And so one day at a time, that's what I got to keep doing. I'm not going to count this day yet because the day ain't over. Because I'm going to be honest with you, as I was reading this, something crept in my head and was like trying to tell me that today'd be a good day to go get a bottle. Well, I'm very limited on money now, right now. I'm getting low. I still got about almost 2.5 weeks before my next go around on a payday, and I'll probably be broke by the end of the week. I'll get through. I always do. I've been taken care of all my life by the big kahuna. Big kahuna. My boss. However you perceive it, that's yours. Your way. But I know what talks to me every day, and I know what I communicate with every day, and I know what, if I listen, there's instructions given to me every single day, but sometimes my ears are clogged. For instance, when I was snipping a little bit last week. But anyway, I don't want to extend this video any longer, and I just want to wish everybody the best of your day. Have a great day. And if you're going through anything, know that I'm here for you. You can reach out to me. Reach out to me in a comment, and if you ever want to actually communicate with me outside of here, you can find me on X. I think it's Great Cloud Day 1, and then I'm on Instagram. I'd have to look up. I'm on Facebook too. I don't really like Facebook at all, but I'm there. I'm only back there. I got only back there last year to promote the channel. But on Facebook, it's Gray Cloudy Day Lemming, Leming. That's my legal last name. That was just so that family members and friends could know who they're looking for, like they could put 2 and 2 together. Oh, that's OJASON from the past. So I guess that's enough to say. That wraps it up right now. Look for something here in the next hour or two. I'll be thinking about what I'm going to do for the reflecting video about yesterday's sermon and how it connected with yesterday's morning's video. And I don't know exactly when I'll get around to the storytelling about 2008 and going into them woods, but I'm going to be working on ideas. It's all up there. I remember it all. Until next time, though. Oh, once again, I'm going to ask you, hit like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed and you have watched some of my videos and you like what I'm doing. It means a lot to me, especially when you guys reach out in comments and you tell me how, like yesterday, a new subscriber, they just happened to see my video, hit it, and it helped them, and they shared with me some deep stuff in the comments. If you go back to yesterday's video, you'll see and you'll find them. Eric, I think that's your name. Thank you for subscribing yesterday. I appreciate it. We're gonna get through whatever we're going through. Okay, you guys. Till next time, Mr. Gray Cloud, Sage of the Eternal Moment, over and out. And if you don't know why I say ditto at the end of every video, because there's so many new subscribers in the past week, ditto means I love you. That's our special way on this channel and in our circle, the Fellowship of the Clouds, to say I love you. It's in memory of a dear friend, Sarah Borland, who died, drug overdose, in 2018. So, y'all stay safe, stay warm, and ditto.